Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Smoky Mountain Sports Network for tonight's matchup between the visiting Hendersonville Eagles and your Smoky Mountain Mustangs. Hey, gang, it is senior night here at Carl Hooper Stadium, the legendary Babe Howell Field. I'm Keith West, along with my partner and co-host Casey Melvin, to bring you live play-by-play action of tonight's game. Casey, how you doing tonight?
Doing pretty good. A little chilly tonight. Last week, I was like pumping up the warm weather and how nice it was. And here it is again, cold and chilly.
Well, I'll say something like it's like a blackberry winter or something, but I know you guys out there know that it's probably not. Somebody told me that we still got one more cold snap, but I'm hoping this will be it. Well, it does feel more like football weather, Casey.
Yeah, it does.
And so we're excited to be here tonight for senior night, and so we're going to do some features at halftime. Please stick around for halftime. We'll be featuring all of our seniors on the varsity team. Next week, we're going to be here again live on Thursday night for the JV game. It's JV versus Franklin. Casey. We're going to be doing the Battle of Cowee, JV style, and then our varsity will be, of course, over at Franklin next week to finish up their season.
Yeah, so we're excited about what we've got left of the season. It's been such a short season this year. I feel like everything's kind of flown by really fast. Really excited tonight. Tonight is senior night. And so we're really excited for you guys to see some special features that we have at halftime, exciting things like that. Yeah,
pretty good. We're excited. Casey, well, the season hasn't turned out like most Mustang fans wish it would have. Mustangs are coming off of another loss. We lost to Bavard last week to a good Bavard team. I kind of said that probably one of the best teams we played, and you'll hear in the Coach Brindley show, he talks a little bit more about that. But right now we're 1-4. And if you'd have told me we'd be 1-4 at this point in the season when we started, I would not have believed you, would you?
Yeah, you and I talked about this yesterday, just kind of how every team that we've played this year has come into the games, and I think they know Smoky Mountain was the conference champions last year. We've got to put on our A game, and it seems like every team we've played has played their highest caliber. And so even, Brindley said that as Brevard coach even said, we played the best we've played all year. We've executed, and I feel like every team we've played has said that over and over. We've played the best we've played all year. And so people know how good we are, and there's just been things that kind of haven't went our way this season. Injuries and things like that I feel like has kind of hurt us along the way.
Yeah, and just leading off that, it could be really easy, Mustang fans, for us to be 5-0 and winning the conference because we had a close game with Pisgah.
Everything's been close.
The game with Bavard hinged on a couple of different plays there. The Mitchell game was close. So we're going to break right now, guys. We're going to go to the Coach Brindley show, and so hope you enjoy this. Coach Ricky Brindley. Hey Mustang fans, Keith West here with the Smoky Mountain Sports Network. We're with with Coach Brindley for the Coach Brindley Show. How you doing today, Coach?
I'm good, man. Thank you.
Good. Hey, last home game against East Henderson coming up, and we get to sit down with Coach and talk about the game and some things that are going on. So, Coach, the Bavard game, let's just talk about that real quick. I thought Bavard, on my end of it, looked like one of the best teams we played all season long. At least that night they did.
Yes, and they were by far the most complete team. Special teams, defense, offense. And I had talked with some of their coaches that Saturday, and they said, that's the best we've played all year. And I said, well, right. I would hope so. I said, yeah, because you played really, really well in all phases. And I think they've got a chance to win out and be conference champions.
Yeah, and still, again, we were right there. Again, it just seems like that was where we were. We were just kind of right there at the end and just didn't get it done. So
I look out there and I go, we've got 4 sophomores on defense. We've got 3 or 4 on offense, and some positions where they're just very inexperienced, and we're making some inexperienced mistakes that we will overcome eventually when those kids get more experience.
Yeah. Well, that's a unique thing. Casey and I've talked about this a lot, that we have a very, very young team. And rolling into that, we've got, I think, about 7 or 8 seniors that we're going to lose.
Sure.
And so if you don't mind, this is going to be their senior night. This is last time they're going to play on Babe Howell Field here. And just maybe you can talk about this little class of seniors real quick.
They have been extremely special to me because they were rising sophomores when we got here. So they were brand new to me, and I was brand new to them, and they bought in. And it's an unusual class because it is so small, but it's a group of kids that I loved being around. They were fun to be around. They were fun to hang out with, and also coach. So this experience is going to be, once in a lifetime for them. They only get one senior night, and I hope they embrace it and enjoy it.
Yeah, it's going to be cold. We feel like we went back to winter.
Yeah,
we went summer last week, and now we're back to winter. Tell us about East Henderson and what we should expect or what we should kind of see coming in with those guys coming into town.
Right now, East Henderson's better on defense than they are on offense. They've struggled a little bit offensively, but they do present some challenges with what they do.
Yeah.
They can get you outflanked in some situations. They can use some misdirection to chunk up some yards up on you. So we've got to make sure that we're gap sound, we're disciplined on the backside, we're not over pursuing, things like that.
Yeah. Well, one of the big things that have happened this week, we want to address it. Our quarterback Chris Wilburn has went down hurt. Also, Britt Birch got hurt last week. Can you tell the Mustang fans just about that so they're not going, hey, what's going on?
Britt suffered an injury last week on, I guess it was Tuesday.
Yeah.
Critical injury, required surgery to fix on his knee. He will be healthy long term, which is a really good thing for him. He's not going to lose his senior year next year. So he had his surgery this past week.
Oh, he did? Okay.
He did, and everything was done very well, and he will recover fine.
Cool.
And that was also extremely difficult to overcome, when you lose your center from a timing standpoint and all those kinds of things. And then as well as good a player as he was.
Yeah.
And then this week we have lost the quarterback. It was kind of an injury that nobody knew about. He hadn't told anyone. He had got stepped on against Pisgah, and he ended up developing something in his lower body that's going to require him to sit out and have that thing heal for a while. So we're going to start our freshman quarterback, Jed West, and we're excited about him and what he can offer the team.
All right. Well, he is my son, so we'll see, and we're excited. We're excited too. Well, Mustang fans, this is the last Coach Brindley show. The cool thing about this season, we don't have to wait long before it's football time in the Smokies again. And so we're going to pick back up. I think y'all start maybe August 1st again.
We do. Yep. We do.
And we'll be doing football again. So, hey, last time for Smoky Mountain Sports Network, Keith West, along with Coach Brindley. Glad you joined us. Go Mustangs.
Hot diggity dog, sports fans. It is Mustang football here. I almost said Mustang baseball.
And you said hot diggity dog.
I did say hot diggity dog. I'm pretty pumped. It's football time in the Smokies, guys, and we're here. Teams are getting ready to take the field. We just had the coin flip, and we'll get you updated on that right now.
Well, it looks like Smoky won the coin flip, and they have elected to receive, Keith.
We've elected to receive.
We may have got that from some special people up here in the box.
Some special people over to my left over here. We got some information.
They're bringing out the blue smoke.
Bringing out the blue smoke. Mustangs getting ready to take the field. For those of you that watch the Coach Brindley show, we're pretty excited, especially I am. Here comes the Mustangs.
Ladies
here they
and
come,
gentlemen,
guys.
here come your Mustangs, leading them out the way by Rocky Magestro. You know what I love? I love seeing the guy. We interviewed Lawson last week, and everybody that we've interviewed before that when we did our 40 yards was, who's your guy? Who's the guy that is the best dancer, funniest? And it's always Lawson Wike. And he's always the guy that pumps them up right before they run through. So I would have loved to have been in that group or huddle right there and hearing what Lawson had to say.
I'm sure he's getting them ready tonight. We've got some new players that are going to be playing tonight, especially on the kickoff here. We've got number 15, Isaiah McNeely, will be playing. He moved up from the JV this week. One of the big key injuries, Casey, was quarterback Chris Wilburn, senior, leader, captain, has a really bad hematoma on his calf. Just saw him this week and just feel so bad for Chris. But I think he'll heartbreaking. I think he'll be on the mend, and maybe we'll have him back for the Franklin game next week, Battle of Cowie Mountain. So we'll see.
Yeah, well, we talked about that, how hard it was just seeing Chris on the sideline. What a great kid he is, and it's senior night here at Smoky Mountain, and that's what you want to do, is you want to be out here with your guys on your final night on Babe Howe Field. And so we just wish Chris well. We're praying for you, and heal quickly, Chris, and we love you, and we're grateful for the season that you gave the Mustangs this year.
Yeah, Casey, I was just watching him. He walked over, huge senior leadership, walked over to my son, Jed, going to be starting at quarterback as a freshman, and went over and patted him on the butt like, you got this. So that's a big vote of confidence
Great
for
leader
Jed.
there.
So kickoff is going to go short.
About 10
Looks like it
yards.
went to
That almost looked like an onside kick.
Yeah, it was not very far. So we get to see Jed West come out, freshman quarterback here, and let's see. We got the ball first. Let's see what happens.
Yeah, so you're going to see Jed West in tonight, freshman quarterback. Obviously, you know him very well. Oldest son for you.
It's very hard for me to talk about him just because he's my son.
Well,
but,
I'm really excited.
I love being his dad, so I'll let Casey do most of the talking.
Well, Brindley and the coaches today have a lot of confidence in Jed and what he's got. And if any of you know Jed, and I know him very well, know his family very well, Jed is such a smart athlete, knows what to do with the ball. And what a pass there by West.
Big pass to Darian Bird across the middle to 22-15. Nice pass from Jed West to Darian Bird. Looked like we have a flag on the play. We've got a flag on the play right now. See what happened. I think it was after Darian called it.
Keith, as I'm saying what kind of smart, great athlete Jed is, he throws about a 40-yard pass there to Darian Bird. So great pass there by West. It looks like there is a flag on the play, and we're going to find out what that is. But you're also going to see tonight, as they're talking about the play, you're going to also see Eli Stack out of the game tonight, and that's where Eli. Isaiah McNeely will fill in for him.
Yeah, and also big Britt Birch, our senior, our center. He had a MCL tear, just got it fixed, so he's going to be back for August when we start back. So it was a personal foul, face mask on Darian Bird. So they're going to march him 15 more yards, maybe half the distance of the goal here, and Mustangs will be in business inside the red zone.
You know, I wasn't ready for that pass. I was looking for a run, so I was jumping up and down over here on the side of
here. Yeah, Casey
here.
didn't have her mic on, so she was pretty pumped about that one. Hey, it's going to be 1st and 10 from the 4-yard line. And let's see if Mustangs can punch it in right here. So Jed West back with Fisher in the backfield, calling the signals here. Going to be another pass wide open across the middle and touchdown to Darian Bird. It's the Darian Bird Jed West show right now.
Let's go Mustangs right here. What a play.
Give him 6. Touchdown Darian Bird.
You know
Touchdown
what I think
Mustangs.
it is? I think it's that nice embroidered towel that his father made for him. It's keeping his hands dry. That's what I'm thinking.
Well, I think East Henderson is going to make some changes coming out. So this is going to create some stuff for probably Dustin. Last weekend, he rushed 20 yards for 124 yards. And the kick is up and good. So it's going to be 7-0 Mustangs right out of the gate. And didn't take us long to score. So let's see what we can dial up here. So we're going to take a break here, people. We'll take a short, quick break. We'll come right back to you. 7-0 Mustangs lead.
Let's go Stangs.
Back here live at Carl Hooper Stadium, legendary Babe Howe Field. Mustangs are leading 7-0. I want to give a shout out to people all over the United States watching this game. We have people from Texas, Casey.
You got some friends watching
from
tonight.
Oregon tonight, and some folks from Utah. So shout out to those guys. Love that you're watching Smoky Mountain Sports Network. Yeah, Randy Law, Mark Kimball, Todd Richardson, and of course my brother-in-law Bob Roundtree. So it's kicked off. Ball is bobbled, picked up by East Henderson. And a great coverage by the Mustangs.
And like you say, there's the big blue wall. Host of Mustangs there on the tackle on the 25-yard line. So the Mustang defense will come out here on the 1st and 10. And I just fumbled all over my words there for the first time ever this season.
Casey never has a loss for words, but maybe that was just a loss for words.
I think it was the passing in the beginning that got me off.
Well, you know, most of y'all don't know this, but Casey's known Jed and Bo, my son, since they were 3 and 5, and so you're almost like
it's
a
watching
sister.
your little brother.
It's like your little brother,
yeah.
Exactly. So here we go. Lawson, Wike, the rest of our seniors are out there getting ready to rush the quarterback. So let's see what the Mustangs dial up. So looks like a totally busted play, and Brocky Magestro over there, and a flag's on the play also.
Looks like
a
holding
on that one.
Yeah.
Quarterback number 4 looked like he just kind of went the wrong way on that one. And Mustangs definitely had it covered. East Henderson is going to run a wing T variant offense here, and as we talked to Coach Brindley this week, Casey, he said defense is pretty good, and offense is just starting to try to catch some ground. So those of you that don't know, that maybe you've tuned in for the first time, North Carolina football started opposite this year. We didn't go in the fall. We didn't have a normal season, so most of these schools went one game and then right into conference play. And so a lot of teams are kind of hitting their stride right now, which is sad
because we're about to end the season.
Yeah. But the cool thing is we're starting back in August, Casey. 4's over the middle.
Pass at the
wide
middle.
Open, and a nice tackle there
by Brett Richmond.
By Brett Richmond. Yep. Going to still be 2nd and 10. Eagles on the Mustangs 26-yard line.
Keith, as we're setting up here, East Henderson setting up for 2nd and 10. You're going to see again, we talked about in the beginning, but stay around tonight at halftime. We have a beautiful, awesome special feature for your seniors that we put together. Mainly my husband and the West and Hope's dad put together for our seniors. And so it's senior night tonight. Really excited to honor these guys. And so stick around for that at halftime.
Number 20 is back to throw. Looks like he's got him open, and looks like he was out of bounds and incomplete pass. Dustin Stevens over there on the cover. Oh, it was complete.
He caught it in bounds, with that 1 foot. So Dustin Stevens there on the tackle. That's going to be a first down for East Henderson.
So we've been calling the quarterback number 4. That's
who we have on our roster.
That's who they've been playing all season, but they're now playing Tanner Allison is at quarterback for the Eagles. It was like they switched it up from last week. Allison in the shotgun. Going to hand off. Oh my goodness. A whoopsie-doo. A whoopsie-do.
58, Colin Crow.
That was no.
Colin Crow just literally intercepted a pitch there that East Henderson was about to make.
Actually, Casey, it was a handoff and then a fumble. Mason Anders had the ball. He actually fumbled it right into Colin Crow's hands.
Great play there by
Mustang ball starting at about the 45-yard line. See if we're in business again here.
So here we go. Freshman West out to run the Mustang offense. Has Richmond on his right and Stevens on his left. Handoff to Stevens on the right. Cuts it back up the middle. And a great run there by Stevens. Still can't pull him down to the 25-yard line. That took a host
to the 25-yard
line,
to
get him there.
Casey, this is kind of funny. I'm losing my concentration. My friends that are in Utah, Mark Kimball and Todd Richardson, are blowing up my phone, but they don't know that I can't read my text.
He can't read his text, guys.
Can't read my text, guys.
It's kind of like texting and driving. You can't text and commentate.
All right, Mustangs are in business here.
West is getting the play call here from Caps.
And Jed and Coach Caps have a good relationship because that's been his JV coach all season long. So West back to pass. He's looking wide open. Oh, he is wide open. Darian Bird again, and touchdown,
baby!
Mustangs. What an unbelievable pass in the end zone.
Wow. Hey, it's the West Bird show tonight.
It's the West Bird. He actually looked at Dustin. Dustin was open too, and then the receivers collapsed on Dustin, and he threw it over the top.
It's almost like we're in basketball and we're watching Magic Johnson and Larry Bird, but they're competing against each other, but you're not because it's another bird. So it's like the new bird. You see how I just did that? It's the magic throw, but the bird catch. It's our own Magic and Bird show.
Hey, it's great little series there. Mustangs 14 and Eagles 0. Let's take a quick pause. Here we are back at Carl Hooper Stadium, and the Mustangs are winning 14-0. Hunter Presley getting ready to cook off.
Well, two quick plays there by the offense.
Plays. And,
very quick plays.
East Henderson's going to make some adjustments there. to see if they can stop this offense of the Mustangs.
Great kick by there, Presley.
Nice kick by Presley.
Senior. And it bounces back into the end zone. There's a block in the back there, folks, and the flag is on the play. Davey Mathis was on that tackle right there.
Number 12 blocked him in the back and then just kind of went like, I didn't do it.
Yeah.
And the referee was watching, sitting right there. So that's going to be half the distance. You know, East Henderson's just digging himself a hole, really deep hole. Hey, the funny thing about East Henderson, I don't know if it's that funny, they've lost some games by a lot, but then the Bavard team that came in here last week and really played us really well, and probably one of the best teams we played all week, all season, and probably will be vying for that conference championship this year. Actually only beat this East Henderson team 14-0. So we just don't know who's going to show up. But they weren't ready for Jed being able to throw the ball. I don't think they were ready for that. They didn't see any film on him because
they don't know him.
Yeah.
Well, Brindley said in the show, or talked to you and said, this team really likes to blitz. But if you've noticed, Brindley has loaded the line a little bit more. So he's taking his tight end, Zeb Fisher, and Zeb is stepping up, doing some extra blocking there for West. And so what the normal blitz that they're seeing, they're not being able to get right now because we have more guys on the line protecting West there. It'll be a run from number 7 here from East Henderson for about a 2-yard gain, but it looks like it's going to be another hold on the Eagles here. So that was Mason Anders, but it looks like we're going to take it back.
Eagles just can't get it together right now. They're just kind of
a little startled,
tripping on their own feet maybe, and maybe a little startled. One thing that I want people out there to understand, this is Jed's 4th football game in his life. So he's still learning.
In his life.
He's still learning. Yeah, he's only played 4 full football games in his life. So he's still learning, and I think this is going to be a good test for him playing on the varsity level tonight.
No baseballs, footballs. This is like... And fumble on the play there. Looks like the Mustangs got on that. And it's a touchdown by the Mustangs. So
that was big senior Lawson Wike jumping on that. I didn't really see who it was. It was 28. It was 10. Davey Mathis.
Yeah.
Davey Mathis forced the fumble, and then Lawson jumped on it for a touchdown.
You said last week maybe Lawson could jump on one for the touchdown right there in that spot in the end zone.
I've got the ESPN
You
working.
called it.
I called it, exactly.
You called it.
So senior Hunter Presley is going to be out to kick the extra point. Stevens, the other senior, holding for the extra point. It's up and good. So the Mustangs are winning 21-0. Hey, Casey, just a kind of a fun thing is the seniors that are on this team. We only have 9 of them on the team.
Yeah.
And we're very, very young. A lot of people that might be watching, might be saying, gosh, why are we having penalties and why are we having this going on? Well,
still a young team.
We're still very, very young. So we've got a lot of guys on that JV team that will be coming up this next year. And we got a lot of kids that are sophomores that are starting right now and juniors that are starting. So we'll try to point out some of those for you Mustang fans
even
to kind of look.
Fisher. You look at Zeb, you think he looks
got to
like
be
he's a senior.
But
boy's a sophomore.
Boy's a sophomore, yeah.
And
so Darian,
like
we'll have Darian back next year. And so the future's really bright. One thing I really like, I've got to know Coach Brindley well over this season, and just his he is a competitor, really wants to win, really wants to put the best product on the field. But, Casey, more than that, he just loves these kids and really wants them to be quality young men. So when you and I have done the 40 yards, every one of those guys would, yes, sir, yes, ma'am, and just really, really polite and just great kids. So he's building men here, not only football players.
Which we love to see. Presley on the kick here, killing the kick tonight. Presley with the boot. Anders on the return, and, almost a tackle there. Davey Mathis grabs. Catches on him there along with a couple other Mustangs for tackle down to the 35-yard line.
So defense takes the field again. Some highlights out there of people that are seniors on the bottom. Daniel Melton, number 5, in a little bit closer, number 70, Lawson Wike. One of the players I just love watching play is number 1, Rocky Magestro.
Oh,
so
yeah, one of my
Rocky
favorites.
is, you look at him, you think, oh, man,
he's fiery.
He's like 5'10", and he is just fiery, and he'll just hit you.
And another pitch there Fisher on the tackle, had him tackled, and 20 pitched it there and missed the pitch there. And so it's going to be an incomplete pass. So it looks like the pitch was back. It looks like a fumble, but it did go out of bounds.
And that's one of the ones you talked about, Mason Fisher there, big Mason Fisher as a defensive tackle and tight end. Mason is his brother, and he played here last year. Now he goes to Appalachian State.
Yep.
But he's only a sophomore. He's Henderson back. Going to run a little option here. He's holding
out to his right, and they cannot get that pitch down. And it looks like Dustin Stevens
have
picks it
recovered
up.
again, and it is Mustang ball.
And that will be, you know, Keith, this is hard to watch. Just because I'm wondering here, we've made the same play, and the Eagles can't hold on to it. They just cannot hold on to the ball. So it looks like Mustangs are going to be in their own territory here. Around the 30-yard line. Great recovery there by Dustin. The ball just bounced right off the turf, and he grabbed it and took off with it. So offense is going to set up here on the 25-yard line with 8:48 left here in the first quarter. Pass there, about a 5-yard pass there from West to Brett Richmond.
Number 15, Joseph Justice.
Mustangs set up 2nd and 5 from the 20-yard line. We're just outside the red zone, or right on the line there for the red zone. Got our two big guys over to the right, Zeb Fisher and Darian Bird. West in the backfield, calling for the signal. Gives it off to all-conference player Stevens up the middle, and he's going to go to the house.
Folks.
Give him 6 touchdowns, Smoky Mountain. Dustin Stevens. Senior Hunter Presley on for his PAT attempt. Dustin Stevens will hold.
Hunter Presley's kick is up and good. Flag on the play.
Well, that's going to be a flag on the play right there for the Eagles. They tackled, made contact with Presley. So that penalty will be put on the kickoff here.
All right, Mustangs, we're leading 28-0. It's been all Mustangs here in the first quarter. It looked like it was running into the kickers, probably going to be enforced on the kickoff. Let's take a quick break here, and y'all can go get something in the refrigerator and get ready to watch for maybe the greatest show on turf here. We'll see.
Exactly.
We're back here live. Keith West, the voice of the Mustangs, along with Casey Melvin on the Smoky Mountain Sports Network. So they pushed them back here, Casey, to begin.
Presley may be able to kick a field goal here.
He might be able to kick a field goal here. It was a personal foul, roughing the kicker. So Presley to kick off.
Boot there by Presley.
That one's going to go through the end zone. We'll bring that ball back out to the 25-yard line here. See if East Henderson can right the ship. I think they're just probably, shocked here. They're just a little bit shocked. We've played 4 minutes.
Well, to be honest, if I came in and I was a coach and I was expecting a backup freshman quarterback to sub in for my senior, I wouldn't expect much from him. And I just don't think they were expecting those passes from us. I think they were expecting a lot of run plays, and that kind of got them off a little bit when West made those 3 passes.
Well, then it opens up for Stevens. They didn't even know. Stevens, the all-conference player of the year last year, and you key on him, and then all of a sudden we have the passes, and so. Nice long pass here
there by the Eagles.
And nice breakup by
Great
Bettman Richmond.
defense by
And they took out the water cooler,
took
folks.
the whole water cooler out.
So whoever the water people are,
We're
you've
so
got a job
sorry.
again to pick those water cups
All of
up.
those waters that you just filled up, you got to fill them back up. Looks like it's going to be another penalty on the Eagles, holding on the offense. You know, Keith, our linemen are doing a great job of getting through and getting to the quarterback, putting a lot of pressure on him. So props to Presley and these guys on the line tonight, doing their job, fighting really hard. You can tell Coach Presley really prepared these guys for today. And so that looks like it's going to set the Eagles back with 7:50 on the clock, about the 8-yard line.
East Henderson backed up now, and they're going to run up the middle. Anders up the middle off to the right side, and tackled by a host of Mustangs over on the right side.
Anders on the carry, tackled by a host of Mustang. Second and long.
Casey, it is kind of a gorgeous night for football.
It is
it's
gorgeous.
not
It's
a
cold.
cloud in the sky, but there's a lot of wind, a little bit of a wind. I think it's about an 8-mile-per-hour wind. Going to go right into East Henderson's faces as they're driving down the field here. We've got 4 minutes and 19 seconds left, still in the first quarter, and our Mustangs are
7
minutes. Excuse me, I just looked at it totally wrong. So
Your glasses, mate. You need to fix them a little bit. Shout out to your friends. Do they know that you're wearing reading glasses right now?
Timeout, East Henderson.
Do they know that you're wearing reading
I'm
glasses?
sure they
watching?
do. I'm sure they're saying cold. It's not cold because they're in some in Utah, and my friend in Oregon, he's probably has the same temperature that we do. Hey, let's take a little quick break on the Smoky Mountain Sports Network. I'm Keith West. This is Casey Melvin. Mustangs up 28-0. We're back live here after the timeout from East Henderson. A couple of announcements that we want to throw away to you. April 6th, we're going to celebrate the Mustangs here at the stadium from 6 to 7 o'clock. They're going to be giving free Chick-fil-A sandwiches to high school athletes and middle school district athletes. So make sure your kids show up for that as we celebrate the Mustangs. Little reverse out to the side here, and a great play by Rocky Majestro.
And there he is,
There he is, folks.
The Majestro. Number 1 right there, Rocky Majestro. We just talked about him a little bit ago. Senior night for him. Love watching this kid play. Feisty and fun, and he is not afraid to hit somebody.
You know, Casey, we talked to a lot of the seniors this week, and they ended up sending us some pictures. And the funny thing was Daniel, Lawson, Dustin, Rocky, Hunter, some of the other ones all together. They've been playing football together since they were
all of them
8 years old.
Yeah.
And so we saw a lot of you'll see those at halftime, so stick around, make sure you see that. So East Henderson's way backed up. They got 4th and a mile, going to go back, and the
going long
big throw
down the
here,
field,
and it's nowhere in sight. So incomplete pass.
And that was 4th. That'll be 4th down now for the Eagles, and so it looks like East Henderson definitely should punt here. So you're going to have Stevens back for the punt to receive.
Hey, you know, and it's almost like you don't want to punt it to Dustin because he will go play at the next level.
Yeah.
I talked to Coach Brindley about Dustin and said, hey, you want some of the schools? Dustin is really hoping that Wake Forest will be a school that he can go to. He went to football camp there and got noticed. And so Brindley just told him, he said, hey, you're going to kind of be like a Hunter Renfro kind of guy from the Clemson player. Like, you're going to have to make your own way. And I'm telling you what.
If there's anybody that can do it.
This kid's determined.
He'll do it.
He can do it. And he's got a brother that played college football. And
Stevens
Devin.
calls for the fair catch.
Fair catch there on the 3rd. Devin Stevens was a lineman. And Devin even admits he's stronger than me.
Yeah.
And so he's strong, he's fast, he's determined. And we wish Dustin all the best
Well,
in the next
when we
level.
interviewed Dustin and we said who would win in arm wrestling, he said, "Oh, for sure," me, or he said, "I would for sure." And then we even asked Devin about it later, and he's like, "Oh, he can beat her whole family. He always has, even since he was like 13."
So they're leaving the freshman back in the backfield all by himself, my son, and splitting 3 receivers to the top, and Darian Bird down to the right here, the bottom of your screen. And let's see what they dial up here.
The linemen are doing a great job of protecting West.
We're going back
long
to Darian.
again
Looks
to
like he's
Bird.
wide open again, and touchdown,
touchdown,
Mustangs. Give him 6.
Mustangs touchdown.
Smoky Mountain touchdown. Touchdown Bird.
And what a pass there from West, but what a catch there from Bird to keep his eye on the ball in coverage there and make a great catch. Great to see Bird making some touchdowns here. Great kid, hard-working football player. So great to see Darian making some catches. But what we really want to focus on here is Brindley has loaded the line for West. He has done a fantastic job. These guys on the line are literally looking inside and they're saying, hey, we've got our young guy here behind us. We love him. We want to protect him. And so props to your guys on the line. Props to Fisher and to guys like Lawson Wike and Cooper Sanders and guys that are on the line
Eli
saying,
Grasty's in there.
Eli Grasty, Jed West, we're going to protect you. We're going to take care of you tonight. So that's what happens when you have good team unity, when your older guys step up and say, hey, man, we know you're the freshman. This is your first game, but we're going to protect you here. So props to those guys again for the hard work that they're doing to protect their freshmen.
Back deep to receive for East Henderson, Philip Henderson and Tanner Allison.
You know, Casey, the East Henderson guys are just kind of, again, maybe a little bit shell-shocked here a little bit. And
well, I think they were expecting a lot of running. And so now that we're passing and running, they're not really sure where we're going here. Another great kick by Presley. Fumble on the play right there. Bobble by 20.
By Allison.
A lot of
Tanner Allison on the return. Chased out of bounds.
A lot of flags going on here.
We got flags there, but I think,
Keith,
sometimes, Casey, this is a lot of frustration on East Henderson's side.
Keith, it looked like we were in a parade there for a second. There was flag. So you're going to see a personal foul on the field. You're going to see one on the field, but you're also going to see number 20 here on the sideline. So there's a sideline penalty as well. After the play happened, we had number 20 from East Henderson jawing at the referee. Now, I think there's a mixture, Keith. I honestly think there's a mixture of some on us, some on them, because I think number 20 here.
There's a lot of frustration here. And, you know, on that last pass by
West. That's a personal
West.
foul on as holding. Unsportsmanlike conduct, also on the Eagles. Yeah.
So what I saw, Casey, when Jed threw the pass to Darian, it was a great pass in the end zone. And right when Darian caught it, he came over and was going to give, I don't know what the kids call it, where they jump up and, like, bump each other.
Give him, like, the
business, maybe?
chest bump.
The chest bump business, you know? And right when he did that, one of the East Henderson players hit Zeb and knocked him down. I think that kind of started some of the – and then I think the Smoky guys were like, we're not going to have that.
Well, one of the East Henderson guys held Cooper Sanders down on the ground. He held him down and wouldn't let him up. So that kind of started something, and then something happened here on the sidelines where one of them said something to the referee. So just bad fault right there again on the Eagles.
Off.
I think this is number 8 or 9 flag we've already seen just here in the first quarter.
So I think that need to regroup here.
Well, if I'm the coach for the Eagles, I'm getting a hold of my boys and saying, hey, listen, get it together mentally here. We know what we're doing. We've obviously played other teams well. We need to settle down and play our game here. And Mustang defense keeps the Eagles there. So it looks like the Eagles are only going to get about a 1-yard gain, maybe no gain right there on that play.
Hey, the big blue wall showed up. You know, hey, we talked about earlier in the broadcast, Casey, that our record really doesn't reflect the quality of this team. We played some really good teams. Pisgah still ranked in the top 15 in the state. Bavard's up there. Mitchell is now number 1 in the 2A, and they beat us just by a touchdown, a late touchdown. And so, any of those games, we could be 5-0. It's just not, the ball hasn't bounced our way, but it definitely bouncing our way tonight. Number 7 running real hard,
and that's a
feels
fumble
like he
on the
fumbled
play.
again, and we got it again.
And
That's Lawson
looks like
Wike. He's going to get it in
again.
again.
Lawson, one more yard, and Wike would have had that all the way in the end zone. There is another flag on the play, so we'll see.
I'm telling you, if I was East, he's going to have to call a timeout and really regroup here because East is just losing their mind here. So,
well, I mean, as much as they are, the Mustangs showed up to play tonight. They said, "Hey, listen, we're tired of we didn't want to come off that loss like we did with Brevard. We're here on senior night to show up and show what we're really made of." And tonight, I feel like this line, this defense is finally showing you why they were the conference champions last year.
Yeah, I would definitely agree. They've got East Henderson way out of kilter, and let's see what the call here was.
Another unsportsmanlike conduct here, and that's.
Well, the thing that we don't have a microphone. He's just talking, but.
Unsportsmanlike conduct on Smoky Mountain. 1st and 10 from the 24.
So that wasn't unsportsman. It's our ball, unsportsmanlike conduct on Smoky Mountain. So we do have first and 10.
But we did recover that
fumble.
fumble there, yeah.
Yeah. 1st and 10. This is really uncharacteristic for East Henderson. I just think that we've said this again and again, just frustrated.
Very frustrated.
Very frustrated.
Yeah.
But, if you're a Mustang fan, you love for them to be frustrated, not us.
We're loving this tonight. First quarter, 35-0. West in the backfield here. Hands off to Stevens up the middle. He shuffle steps to the right, and they pull him down for about a 9-yard gain there. Richmond's hobbling a little bit. I think he just got stepped on a little bit, but he's seems to be okay. He's getting up from the play.
Hey, really tough kid, Brett Richmond. I've known
Very
him since
tough.
Played Little League ball with us, and just a really, really. He was a JV quarterback last year. They've turned him into a slot receiver, and doing a really, really good job at that this year.
So West is lined up with Fisher to his right. And it's a high snap over West's head, and he just dies on the ball. Smart play there by West. Just a little bit of an off snap right there on the Mustangs, and that's okay.
So now we've got 3rd and forever, and let's see if the Mustangs can convert this.
3rd
this
and
really
19
long one.
here
So
for
yeah,
the
it just
Stangs.
kind of went over Jed's head there, and at home he was talking. We had this happen a couple games ago, and he said, "Dad, should I have picked it up?" He said, "But I really feel like we just kind of need to regroup and start
Right.
again, and if I boot that, then maybe they run for a touchdown and swing the momentum." So here he is back to pass.
Looking
over
to
the
Darian
middle.
Bird
nice
again.
to Darian Bird again, and it's going to be first down Mustangs and goal to go.
And that'll be a 1st and goal for the Mustangs here. Mustangs are about on the 4-yard line. I'm going to say we're looking for Stevens to punch this one in here on senior night. Loaded line here for the Mustangs. High
Nice
snap,
catch
but West
there.
catches it. And
Stevens bounces
fighting
out.
Through.
Right, touchdown, number 14, Dustin Stevens. Give him 6 touchdowns, Smoky Mountain.
That's why he's Conference Player of the Year right
Yeah,
there.
they totally had him stop up the middle, and Dustin bounces it out, and getting little the seniors getting down there, little photographer action thing down the side there. It's really fun watching these guys really play up to their potential, and they're really playing well tonight.
This is their last night here on their home turf, and so this is what you want to see for these guys. They want to end on a game like this on Babe Howe Field. As tonight is a night where we can celebrate with each other, and a great kick there by Presley. So congrats to these guys, and what a game we have right now. So 3 minutes left on the clock. We are up 42-0 in the first quarter, Keith. This is unfathomable.
Well, I'm going. That is a nice word. I'm going to say that maybe it's our friends watching from all over the nation. Maybe they're the ones that brought the mojo here for us. Hey, I want to point out that also freshman Lincoln Sutton was in on the hold right then, and Lincoln's going to be a really, really good ball player
Great
for
kid
us
to wanna
here
watch.
at Smoky
Yep.
Mountain. he's been one of Jed's favorite targets on the JV team. And speaking of the JV, they went over to East Henderson last night, and they ended up winning 42 to nothing. It was you and I were there. It was a very, very cold night.
Very cold.
And there could have been 1,000 different things they could have had excuses for, but wind was blowing like 30 miles per hour. But they, one of the guys that really just showed up last night was Jesse Jones.
Jesse Jones
5 touchdowns.
phenomenal.
His first time as a running back because they moved Isaiah up to the varsity team. And he scored 5 touchdowns. Also, Damari Williams scored a touchdown. That was our 6 touchdowns that night.
Well, then you had Parker Wilson coming in as quarterback, and Parker did a great job of just leading his team well, being calm and ready to step into a position that he hadn't got to do much of this year. And so props to those guys on a great JV game last night at East.
Yeah, I don't know if people understand this, but these still are high school kids. So Jed's 15, Parker's 15, and literally you're a 15-year-old, and Wednesday, Coach Brindley comes in and goes, hey, guess what? You're starting for varsity tonight. And then Parker goes, oh, no, I guess I'm starting for JV tonight. And, both of them have really stepped up and just been mature.
Great leaders for their
handled
teams.
the situation really well. Parker did a great job at getting into the receivers and getting the ball to Jesse Jones and Damari and Lincoln. And they played really, really well last night. So I'm just really impressed with how they responded.
And that's about a 2-yard gain right there for the Eagles.
One thing Brett Richmond, number 12, he is just a fiery competitor.
Yeah.
And all the seniors were pulling him back because there must be some jawing or something going on with the East Henderson kids. Well, somebody threw him down, and he was all up, and they were pulling him back.
Well, look, Keith, there's another flag on the play by East. I think there's going to be another personal foul. I think there's a lot of jawing going on inside the huddle.
Casey, what is jawing?
Jawing is like talking junk, Keith. Talking the junk, running of the mouth. Yeah, so it is another unsportsmanlike conduct. There's a lot of mouthing going off by East. And listen, I'm just going to be honest. If I'm the coach and we've gotten this many personal fouls, this is what's going to happen. I'm going to pull you off the sideline, and I'm going to say, if you keep continually disrespecting people, we're going to leave. And so he's got to get this together. That's too many personal fouls, too much mouthing going on
now
here.
The referee is kind of gathering them all together and saying, hey, we got to get this thing regrouped here. Hey, shout out to some friends of ours, great friends of ours over in Knoxville, Tennessee, watching the Alleys. So Jack plays at Farragut High School, great friend of ours. So glad that they're watching tonight on the Smoky Mountain Sports Network. Let's take a quick break. We're going to go to a break here. It's 42-0. All Mustangs, all west to Bird connections tonight. And
Yes,
it's a very, very entertaining game. So let's take a quick little break here. We're back live here, Babe Howe Field, Carl Hooper Stadium. Keith West here along with Casey Melvin on the Smoky Mountain Sports Network. It's been all Mustangs, 42-0. The Eagles have got to right the ship here. They're kind of losing their minds here, Casey, and I think they'll get it regrouped here and start playing some football.
Well, it's 2nd and 22 here. Rocky Magestro coming around the side, and what a hit by Magestro.
Not in my house, right? Not in
Rocky's house.
Not in Rocky's house.
Not in Rocky's house. You know what his house is made of? Rocks.
Well, exactly.
Is that a dad joke? But I'm a mom joke.
Well,
because I'm pregnant,
you're pregnant.
I can say mom
you
joke.
You can just do mom jokes,
Yeah.
exactly.
And West down there getting a swig of water. Has to have some special water down
And you know
there
what,
for
Casey?
West.
Awesome job. Senior quarterback captain that's missing the game tonight, right in Jed's pocket, coaching him up the whole way.
Yeah.
I've told Jed all season, I've said, hey, stand beside Chris, rub elbows, be near him. He's incredible, great leader, just the best leader. And
we were so heartbroken to hear Chris was going to be out tonight. You just don't want to see guys like that who love on his teammates well and who are so respectful to people. You don't want to see Chris out on a night like this. And so maybe we're hoping Chris could be back for the Franklin game.
I think he will. I think he'll be back next week for the finale against Franklin.
Yeah.
And if the Mustangs can play like this, Franklin right now is.
I would love to see this with Franklin.
Well, they're in the lead for the conference, and Franklin last year we beat them 41-6 or something like that.
Yeah,
So they're coming out for some revenge next weekend. One thing that maybe people don't know is Franklin is the neighboring county over, and so it's a heated rivalry between us, and we go over this mountain called Cowee Mountain, so it's the Battle of Cowee. So that'll be happening tomorrow, next Friday night at 7 o'clock over in Franklin.
Yeah, and if there's any team that you want, and what a tackle by Lawson Wike there on the play. And there was help right there from, I think, our guy Antonio Lorenzo. So great tackle by Lawson. It's going to set East Henderson on the 2-yard line.
Wow.
And the clock here is running still with about 51 seconds left on the clock. East Henderson's going to be third and very, very long. Well, it looks like we're going 4th down here. So looks like East is going to have to punt. Stevens back to receive. Catch. And it looks like
so about a 44-yard punt, maybe a little bit longer than that, 50-yard punt.
I was talking there. I don't know if you know this, but I was talking there for at least 30 seconds, and my button wasn't on.
Oh, so you guys didn't hear? That was probably
my husband told me.
That was probably the best commentating you had all game was when your button wasn't on. So West takes the field again for the Mustangs. We are 20.9 seconds left in the first quarter. I don't know if this is a record, Casey. It'd be good to maybe we can ask Carrie Phillips over here from the Silva Herald to see if 42 points in one quarter is a record for Smoky Mountain High football. So
it just doesn't seem like this obviously isn't the East team people are used to seeing. When you come from a game of 14-0 with Brevard and great pass to Richmond there, Richmond up the middle of the field for about a 20-yard gain there for the Mustangs. So Mustangs are going to pick up a first down here. 28-yard line. Clock is running. Looks like it's going to roll right into the second quarter. And it looks like Mustangs are going to let this roll. I don't know if they're going to get the snap off in time. And here we are, folks, rolling into the second quarter with the Mustangs 42, East Henderson 0. We're going to go back to a quick break, and we'll be back with the Mustang Sports Network.
We're back here live on the Smoky Mountain Sports Network, and we're so sorry. Casey was talking in my ear while I was trying to bring you guys back, and I just lost my mind there. So West in the backfield all alone, and 2 to the right, 2 to the left. Stevens in motion, and Stevens has the ball. He's wide open, and it's going to be 20.
He's going to get in there, Keith.
10.
I'm telling you,
it's
going to
be 5.
Oh.
And just down at the 1 yard line.
He tripped over the guy laying on the ground. What great blocking there by the Mustangs. Fantastic run there by Stevens. There is a flag on the play. Looks like it's going to be holding against the Mustangs. And you know, Keith, that may have been holding, but I don't know if it was legitimate holding or the referees are just trying to help East out a little bit.
I don't either. Hey, another interesting thing we can kind of talk about is the retirement of Roy Williams, Carolina basketball coach. And I was just telling one of my colleagues sitting beside me, Brandon here. Brandon and I have got to know each other good this season, and I was saying it'd be great if we had one of these little Twitter kind of following things where people could make comments about who they think the next coach for Carolina will be. I just heard maybe Jerry Stackhouse, but I don't know.
You know, I'm a Blue Devils fan, so for me,
I'm a Duke fan too.
And slippage there by number 6, Brylan Conlon, pass to him, but it looks like Brylan just had a slip right there on the turf, and that was a great pass and good look there by Brylan. Great cut there by Brylan, just a little bit slick on the turf there. So Mustangs are going to come up 1st and 20 here.
Yeah, Brandon
just it's on the clock, but I think it's going to be 2nd and 20 here.
It'll be 2nd and 20, yeah. So 2nd and 20, we got Zeb Fisher in the backfield, West getting ready to receive the ball. Ball back, he's looking.
West is looking long.
He's got Dustin Stevens wide open.
And
that's
what a run by Stevens.
Another Mustang touchdown. Give him 6, Dustin Stevens.
That was a beautiful pass by West, but a great run there by Stevens. He cut all the way across the field, and he sprinted to get underneath that ball. So great catch there by Stevens. And you are looking at your Mustangs with 48-0 here just now in the beginning of the 2nd quarter.
All right, and the kick is good. We're going to take a quick break on the Smoky Mountain Sports Network.
Always quick.
Mustangs 49, Eagles 0. Keith West live here at Smoky Mountain Sports Network, Carr Hooper Stadium. It's been all Mustangs, Casey, 49-0. Some of the people are texting me and saying, "Oh no, you're a Blue Devil fan." Well, I'm not. I'm more of a Tennessee fan because that's where I went to school.
Well, I'm not. I am a Blue Devil fan.
Yeah. So I mean, I pull for
Even
the Blue
though they
Devils.
played terrible this year.
They didn't play very well this year, but anyway, maybe the. Maybe the Lady Vols will be back.
We would come back from that break really quick because Lawson, who everybody voted the best dancer on the team, was on the sideline breaking it down, and we missed him. So I'm hoping the next song that comes on, we can get Lawson dancing. You guys can see him on camera. So looks like East Henderson's going to pick up the ball here on the 45-yard line, but it looks like we have a personal foul here on the Mustangs.
So it was a late hit out of bounds on the Mustangs, so it gives them, looks like the ball is going to be about the 40-yard line. East Henderson, see if they can get something going here. They're in Mustang territory for the first time of this game, and so let's see if they can get something going here on the Big Blue Wall.
And you can't tell tonight because it's so cold, but our student section was neon out. So everybody had on a lot of bright shirts, but now as the sun has went down, we went down to lots of jackets and sweatshirts. So shout out to the student section, always here to support their Mustangs on their neon out tonight. So it looks like a 2-yard gain there for the Eagles. That was a gain by Lyons. He's a sophomore there for the Eagles. So 2nd and 8 here for the Eagles. Quarterback lines up. Shotgun motion. One in the backfield. And Keith, if you notice, 20 has been in the quarterback, but now number 4 is back in. So the original quarterback that we thought was going to start the game is now in the quarterback position, so I'm not really sure what was going on there.
Yeah, so they may have switched it up on us too, but Burleson, he's a sophomore, so the Eagles have some people coming up. They're kind of a young team too, and
Well, he hasn't been in that quarterback position until now. And
well,
so
I watched the Franklin game, and he was the guy, and I think the number 20 was the guy before, and they've it's like a miscommunication there, and it's going to be.
And they meet the
fourth
big blue
down.
wall there, folks, for no gain. So it's going to be a 4th and 6 here for the Eagles. And it looks like the Eagles are obviously going to go for it. And by this point, what do you have to lose, folks? So Eagles are going to run their offense here, 4th and 6. He rolls out to his right, looking long, and incomplete pass, and this will turn over down. That was a great tackle that Keith there by Davey Mathis, but it looks like he's going to say it's roughing the passer. I personally did not think so. I thought it was a great hit by Davey, and it looks like it's going to be 15-yard
So the Eagles
penalty.
get a little help there from Mustangs. Davey's a really aggressive player. He's had a really good season, and
Yeah.
just need to let up there on that one. I think he maybe hit him just a little bit too late. I didn't get to see the replay, but it's going
Well, to me, it looked like it was in motion.
in motion.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I
But
guess it's a questionable
we're not on the field.
call. It's a
We're not on the
questionable
field.
call.
Yeah.
So, as I always tell Jed and Bo and rest of the players on my teams, whatever the referee says is what's right.
You can't change it.
Can't
You're
change
not
it.
going to change his mind.
Nope, not going to change his mind. So here we are. We got Burleson in the backfield, getting ready to receive the number 1 in motion. Ball's going to go up the middle, and
a great
stop
stop there by
and there's
Mathis and a few other
Mathis
Mustangs.
again, yeah.
Nick Lyons on the carry, tackled by Davey Mathis and Tacoma Driver.
So that was an Tacoma driver there on the help there with Mathis. So we're going to go 2nd and 8 here for the Eagles.
High snap. Nice play by Anders. And out of bounds by the tackled out of bounds by the team. Probably about a loss of about 4 there, Casey. So just right when they start getting something going, they have a little slip up there. And so it's going to be 3rd and about 14 for the Eagles. Let's see if we can get the defense off the field and get our offense right back up on there.
I'm not really sure what happened here.
Well, is a false start, and the quarterback went the wrong way. I mean, that's what happened.
But it looks like it's offsides. It's offsides on the Mustangs here.
So I guess maybe they thought free play, and
Well, Lawson
3rd and
almost
8.
crushed their quarterback, but thankfully he jumped over him, because when he slipped and fell, Lawson had to leap over him to not step on him there. So yeah, so Mathis came for the blitz there, and he came on offsides. My husband just repeated that to me. He's the man behind the plan, is like what we like to call him. So, and it looks like
Ball's
there's
on
a
the ground again. Looks like
fumble.
maybe the Stangs recovered. I don't know. Let's see who comes out of the pile with it here.
And their quarterback still kept it there.
So
Fourth
fourth down and 11 or 12, and the East Henderson's going the wrong way right now, but they can get regrouped here. So 4th and 12, East Henderson's going to go for this. 4s in the backfield.
And why wouldn't you,
Burleson.
Keith?
Yeah, so
49
they're
nothing here.
ready to go here. Burleson in the backfield calling for the play. Going to roll to his right.
Oh, what
and
a
he
hit.
is smashed in the backfield. They met him. That was
wow. Looks
Colin
like Davey
Crow.
Mathis.
David Mathis has got the ball. He's going to the house. He's 20, he's 40, he's 30, he's 20, 15, 10, 5.
And what do you want to give him, Keith?
6 touchdowns, Smoky Mountain.
What is going on here, Keith?
Well, it was Lawson Wike and Colin Crow met the quarterback at the exact same time, and bless his heart, he's still
on the ground.
He's still on the ground. He got hit really, really hard, and lost the ball. And of course, that ball came out, and then Davey Matthews advanced it.
Now there is a flag on the play here, Keith. So, well, Davey spiked the ball in the end zone, so that'll be unsportsmanlike.
Can't do that in high school.
Yeah, which
NFL, if you get there.
I know, and it's fun to watch the guys in the NFL do their thing.
Casey,
and so he was feeling good.
When I was growing up, one of the big ones, and some of you guys out there my age will remember this, the Icky Shuffle. So I've always wanted to do that one. If you could see me up here in the press box, I could do the Icky Shuffle for you. Yeah.
I have heard. You may not be able to do the Icky Shuffle, but I have heard that you can do what we like to call here in the South clogging.
That's a total lie. I mean, I did letter in clogging in high school, but, it was on my letter jacket. It's pretty awesome.
Yes, he did say he lettered. He did say he lettered in clogging. No, you did letter in. I mean, how many people would know that not only were you a college wrestler, but you were a professional clogger?
I don't know about it. I did clog at the 1982 World Fair.
Hey, I have seen
in
you
Knoxville,
clog.
Tennessee.
I have seen
somebody
you
in the
clog.
press box says their husband did too.
That was Pam Schuler there.
Pam Schuler, yeah.
Well, as we're talking about clogging here, speaking of clogs, we're just clogging up East Henderson here. They can't get anywhere. They have a clogged drain, folks. And it is 55-0 with 6:52 left. And Mustangs are going to kick the extra point, and then that penalty will probably go on their kickoff.
Well, Casey, people are probably wondering, like, what are y'all talking about? And, the good thing, even like you were, high school softball, basketball at High Brighton High School.
Yes.
And they are a powerhouse in the high school ranks here in North Carolina.
Yeah.
And you had a chance to go on and play college softball, and you chose just to be a student. And sometimes I wish I probably would have done that too. So my first 2 years at the great Gardner Webb was awesome. But when you go to college level and start playing sports in college, it becomes it's a job. So
yeah, it is.
It was really fun experience,
and
I'm glad.
Of great experiences.
For a lot of people out there that, and maybe a lot of kids that may be listening, you've only got one shot at it. So that's what's so key. And just our heart breaks for Chris that you only get your 4 years in high school. And
a very rare percentage.
Yeah, and so a lot of kids, with baseball, I coach baseball here, and they'll retire soon, too early, and you only get so many of these years, and so parents, you just really need to seize the moment with your kids and not take it too seriously, and know that they are kids, they're going to make mistakes, but you should just do is just sit around and really watch them play and love watching them play. It's just really fun because when they go to college, it gets really quiet in the house.
Well, I know that's something that if you talk to your wife about it.
If my wife heard that, she'd probably tear up right now. Yes,
she would be crying if she was sitting beside of us. Speaking of your wife, she's normally our scoreboard girl. Her and Marissa Ellsworth switch off and doing different duties. She's normally our varsity night scoreboard lady, but she said, hey, Jed's in tonight. I can't focus. So she's in the stands with her parents who are from Texas. So exciting game. For Granddaddy and Geesey is what we like to call him, to be able to watch Jed tonight and play as well as he's doing.
So nice kick there by Hunter Presley, and the return out to about the 36-yard line. So East Henderson will be in business. See if they can right the ship here and get something going right before halftime. One interesting note is they're going to be able to get the ball back after halftime.
And they're going to need it.
And, if we can score 56 in the first quarter, in the first half, they could that too. It doesn't look like that, but they're going to need a lot of help here.
And another fumble, and it looks like East Henderson, that will be a dead ball on the ground there for the Eagles. And so it looks like they're going to give Wike and Crow a break. They're coming off right now. Great first half play by these guys.
Cooper
Fantastic.
Sanders came in along with, can't see the number there. That was Lyons on the play there, Casey. He's only a sophomore. So, yeah, these East Henderson guys, they've got a lot of sophomore and junior kids, just like us. They're very young, so they're going to be around for a while to deal with.
And, you know, Keith, well, as we were talking, I don't want people to get the idea that East Henderson is a bad football team. No team has played them like this all year. No team has. And no score in our conference, in our Mountain 6A conference, or Mountain 6 conference, not 6A, 2A conference, has been like this. I think Smoky is just honestly playing very disciplined tonight. They're playing for each other, you know, and they're playing for guys like Chris, who said, "Hey guys, do this for me. I want to be in there with you on senior night." And so Smoky's just playing great. And East Henderson just got themselves a little bit behind in the beginning, and let's see what they can come out here with in the second half. And another stop there by the defense on about a 2-yard gain.
Yeah, Casey, to kind of piggyback on what you just said, that everything I watched, and I watched some film on East Henderson this week, and I think I'm just as shocked as they are that they would be down 56-0.
Yeah.
They haven't played this way the whole season. Like we said, there was 14-0 against Brevard, a good Brevard team. They also played a lot of the other teams really, really close to the first half, maybe to the first 3 quarters, and just kind of ran out of steam there. But you'll notice that they don't have a whole lot of reserves over there, but they are a very young team, and they are going to be good as they progress through through these years as these guys grow up, and they're learning a lot every game, of course, too.
So East is back to kick. And the Mustangs will receive the ball here with 4:21.
You know, we've said this, Casey, but I don't know if we need to continue to reiterate it, but if I was an East Henderson, if I was the East Henderson coach and you saw all of our game film, you're preparing for number 3.
Right.
And Wilburn is a load in the backfield.
And
I mean,
he will
run and he will run over you.
Yeah.
And he can get the ball to a lot of other people. And so when you're preparing that way, and then in comes a freshman that you go, well, what can this kid do? And I don't think they knew that probably. If Brindley, I don't think they announce those kind of things. He don't announce injuries. Like unsportsmanlike conduct on us or something.
It's not gonna be. Yeah, it's
I
actually
think,
on the Mustangs.
That's one thing Coach Brindley will address when he gets in the locker room.
Well, the Mustangs are being frustrated because the guys here, East is frustrated, and I totally understand where they're coming from. And so they're being a little bit rougher, kind of throwing some things here and there that people aren't seeing.
A lot of jawing.
Yeah. So our guys are jawing back, and so it's just back and forth here.
Or, you know what that really is talking junk.
Yes, talking junk. That's what I taught you earlier. And now your friends were texting you saying, Keith, it's talking junk. It's jawing.
Jed in the backfield. McNeely in the backfield, another freshman.
It's not the same as, like, jaws, like my dad would, put some, to back into jaws.
It looked like that Dustin moved while the guy was in motion. And, it's kind of hard, Casey. You're winning 56-0 in the first half and trying to keep your concentration. I think Brindley, one thing he will do at halftime is, like, we have to continue to focus because this is something as you move through the season, you got to continue to focus even when you're winning by a lot.
Keith, I want you to look over here to the left. You've got Stevens out to your far left, but you've got McNeely running the ball up the middle here. This is your JV running back, and he is a freshman. So West, this is who West is normally used to having to his right or to his left is McNeely. So they're used to playing with each other. So this is nothing new for these two guys. So you're going to see McNeely come in and run a few things, and I think we're going to try to put Stevens out more to the wide receiver position to let him get some catchings.
There.
Yeah.
And that's kind of the role he played last year when he won Conference Player of the Year. Is he was more of a slot receiver, kind of this in motion.
Stevens
and
in motion.
Stevens. It's like he's.
Oh, and what a shuffle back up the middle with Stevens in a hop skip.
Here he goes, and
Stevens,
he's still
folks,
going.
is going all
He's
the
gone.
What?
Oh, almost. Down at the 28-yard line.
Keith, in that play was a juke, a hop skip, a stiff arm, and what else could you have thrown in there to get this guy down the field? What a player.
Maybe an
Yeah, I think he stopped, got some water, and still continued on there.
Casey, it was like an X button, a square button, an R2, and then maybe an R2.
Yeah, if
X
you're on the
button.
PlayStation, that's what you're getting there.
Yeah, it was a little spinsies and all that kind of stuff. So Dustin's a really exciting receiver / running back. He's kind of like that Alvin Kamara type. I mean, he's just all over the field, and you can throw it to him. Jed's already threw 1 or 2 touchdowns to him, and it's all over the place. So
now you got
like
Bird in motion.
Bird in motion, and here comes Bird.
Oh, and you don't want to get hit by this guy.
Nope. And he gets out about the 12, 13-yard line.
So that's going to be a first down there for the Mustangs. Set up on the 15-ish yard, 12, 13-yard line there. And we have a first and 10.
First and 10 Mustangs.
So West is set up in the shotgun with McNeely to his left. Handoff to McNeely. He sidesteps, but the Eagles were ready for that one.
And that's some of the things that we had been running, is that running back right to the right or left, and we go up the middle. Works a lot of the times, and looked like East Henderson had just knew. They have some big boys up front there, and if you'll notice there, Casey, I don't have the numbers of those guys, but there's 2 defensive linemen, defensive tackle, really big guys.
So Mustangs are going to be set up 2nd and 16 here. 2:18 left on the clock to play in the first half. And again, folks, and we have a timeout here by the Mustangs. Brindley calls a timeout with 2:18. So it looks like we're going to take another quick break here for the Smoky Mountain Sports Network. We are here 56 for the Mustangs, 0 for the Eagles. We'll be back in just a few minutes.
Keith West, Casey Melvin back on the Smoky Mountain Sports Network. Looks like the Mustangs are set up for this 2nd and 16. Jed West in the backfield. Brett Richmond coming in motion, and he hands it off to Richmond. Richmond around the right-hand side, got some great blocking, and he is going to go down to about the 7-yard line. So it's going to be 3rd and about 5. Mustangs inside the red zone. We can still get a first down if we get down to the 4-yard line, or 3-yard line. And let's see what they dial up here.
So Caps is sending the play here to West. McNeely still set up here with West. West moves McNeely from his left to his right here for the play. And we have a handoff to Stevens. And it looks like the Eagles knew that one was coming there, folks. And that's going to put the Mustangs down here for a 4th down. So McNeely's coming off here, and Fisher's coming back on. So we're 4th and 13 here for the Mustangs.
They're going to let the time run down here a little bit and run one last little play. And the good thing here is it'll keep the Eagles backed up. They'll get the ball there at the 16 if we can't convert here. Looks like Jed's calling something to the
Normally when you got Fisher
line.
here, that's West is passing. So when Fisher comes in to do some extra blocking, you're going to see a pass here from West.
Pass.
And he's looking, but he's got some running room here. He breaks the tackle.
and just a bit outside there.
Well, that was a great break there from Wes. Just couldn't find a receiver there. And it'll be a turnover zone down. So smart play there by Wes to break away and to not throw an interception. And it's going to be a turnover here with 31 seconds left. So let's see what East Henderson decides to do to go into the second half.
Hey, I want you to make sure, gang, to stick around. One of my favorite phrases is, don't go get your Cheetos too quickly yet. So
you really like to emphasize the T and the Cheetos.
The Cheetos. I mean, we know everybody likes some Cheetos. You'll get some Cheetos at halftime, but stick around. We're gonna have a feature for our seniors. We're gonna do a quick break, then we'll come back, introduce the feature to the seniors. So you want to see that, honor these guys, these 9 seniors that are on this team, and. So make sure you don't go to the refrigerator too long or leave us up, our volume
or
up.
Or eat too many Cheetos.
Or eat too many Cheetos, yeah, that would be
well,
not
Keith,
good.
let me ask you, as we're closing this half out here, when you eat Cheetos and you have the Cheeto dust on your fingers, do you wipe it off with a napkin or do you lick it off?
I used to lick it off until I met my wife, and then now it's a washing under the thing, and then you may not use one of those dry towels. You have to use a paper towel.
Exactly.
So I've gotten in trouble for that one too. Hey, gang, it's we're going to come back in about a minute with the senior presentation. So I want you to stick around for that. Jason Melvin's done a great job with that thing. So it's going to be Mustangs 56, Eagles 0. You're live here on the Smoky Mountain Sports Network.
Let's go Stangs.
Hey, we're back live here at Carl Hooper Stadium. We got your first half stats. These are unofficial stats, so some of them might be right. Mustangs are, of course, leading 56-0. We have 147 yards passing, averaging about 21 yards per pass. That's been Jed West to Darian Bird, also West to Stevens. We've also had West to Brett Richmond a couple times. The penalty yards have really added up here for the Mustangs and for the East Henderson Eagles. Mustang defense is just clamping down here with 44 yards total offense for the Henderson team. So I know now that they're going to go in and make some changes. Hendersonville Coaches is a good quality program here, and they're going to go in at halftime and really make some switches. So it's going to be interesting to see what they come out with, see if they can right the ship here. It's going to be a Mount Everest type battle for them to get back in this game. We'll see what Smoky Mountain has. So for those of you that don't know the kind of depth chart or situation, Chris Wilburn, number 3, has been our starting quarterback all season. He is out with a calf injury, and hopefully he'll be back next week. But Jed West, freshman, has stepped in, did a brilliant job at leading the offense, and we really don't have a backup to the backup. So I think Jed will probably stay in. They've also brought in Isaiah McNeely as a running back. He's a freshman, to take some of the load off a little bit. But I know that Brindley want to play some of these seniors because this is their last game here at legendary Babe Howe Field. So when I say legendary Babe Howe Field, Coach Babe Howe was the coach here at Silva Webster High School. And when Silva Webster and Cullowhee combined or consolidated back in 1989, actually I was a final graduate of the last Silva Webster High School here, but Babe Howe led the Silva Webster Golden Eagles to about 6 high school state championships in football, and was at the time, and may still be, I'm not sure, the winningest coach in North Carolina football history. And he has just a legacy of football here, and so that's why we say legendary Babe Howe Field. So what we're going to do here is going to get ready to show you our senior. I'm going to check with my producer here. Let's go to a quick break, and then we'll come right back with our senior announcement, and we'll talk a little bit more about Mustang sports. So Mustangs are leading 56-0, and we'll be right back after about a minute. Welcome back here on the Smoky Mountain Sports Network. Keith West here. We're getting ready to honor our seniors, and we've put together a little thing here to honor our 9 seniors on this team. It is senior night. It's been all Mustangs, 56-0. So we hope you enjoy this. This will also be up on the Smoky Mountain Sports Network YouTube that the moms can watch, and the players can too. So let's roll this, Jay, and congratulations to the seniors.
You know, one important thing that we want to make sure we emphasize today is the proper honoring of the Smoky Mountain seniors. And these are the young men who have contributed so much to the tradition here at Smoky of paying the price, doing the right thing. These are qualities which are often not even realized by all of us who watch the team as the years go by, and how important the contribution is of each one of these players. And I'm reminded as we talk about them how during World War II, for example, when London was getting bombed, the Royal Air Force of Great Britain courageously stood their ground and prevailed, as Winston Churchill even noted in his comments about how this was their finest hour. And the families of these seniors will always look back on the hot August days, the two-a-days, the long bus rides, the victories, the defeats, the friendships that they've made, the sacrifices that taught them so much. And this has been, for the Smoky Mountain seniors, their finest hour. Thank you, seniors.
Thank you to our seniors. They have really carried on this tradition. When I talked to Coach Brindley this week, he just said that these guys were sophomores when he got hired here as the Smoky Mountain High School coach, and they just balled in. They have a conference championship to their credit, and so they have paid the price. They have really paid the price, and we really tip our hat to these guys and want to say thank you. The thing that I am most impressed with these seniors is that they have not been threatened by freshmen coming in, and they've embraced them. I think a lot of times you can have a senior and they see a freshman and they're not going to embrace him, but they know that these freshmen, these sophomore, a very young team that we have are the next people that are going to lead the Mustangs. And so championships are built on the back of seniors and people like these 9 guys that have poured their heart and soul into this program in order to build a tradition of winning. And we're excited to see what's going to happen with them next. We wish them all the best as they head off and play Franklin for their last game next week, but this is their last game here. So we are just really, really excited to celebrate senior night for these guys. Hey, let's take a quick little break. We've got 2 minutes before halftime is over. We're going to come back and give you some other Smoky Mountain sports updates and schedules and stuff like that. So let's take a quick break, about a minute, and we'll be right back. Keith West on the Smoky Mountain Sports Network. We're back here live on the Smoky Mountain Sports Network. The voice of the Mustangs, Keith West, along with Casey Melvin, getting ready to call the second half. Mustangs are up 56-0. It has been all Mustangs. A couple of things that you guys will need to know. A ruling has been passed down to us is that the clock will not stop the whole second half. So this will go a little bit faster. I don't know if that was a request. I think it was a request by the East Henderson coaching staff. So just so you know at home that the clock will continue to roll once we start here. A couple things that you guys need to note. On April the 7th, Mustang Soccer will be playing here at Carl Hooper Stadium. And our golf team, men's and women's golf team, will be playing at Mill Creek on the 8th. JV football will be, of course, on next Thursday at Franklin. And then varsity will be, JV football will be here. So you need to show up here, support that JV team. Jed and Isaiah McNeely and a couple of those guys will be on the JV team. Hopefully Chris will be back for us for the varsity game, which will be on Friday night. So Hunter Presley's up to kick, and we just got word that they will stop the clock during timeout. So they've changed their mind on that one. So here we go. East Henderson will get the ball back, see if they can get things rolling here in the second half.
And great kick there by Presley. And that's number 80 from East Henderson. I'm going to get his name there for you guys in just a second. With the pink gloves, Connor Doucette there for about a 20-yard gain. He's a senior for the Eagles. So Eagles will set up on the 41-yard line. Mustangs bring out their defense on the field. So as we continue here and the clock does continue to run, Keith, you're going to see a lot of substitutions. A lot of guys on the sideline are going to get in tonight, which we would love to see. And so you're going to see some shifts here trying to figure out. We actually have a JV player in who plays up and comes up with varsity, Josh Williams. He's in number 75. He's a sophomore.
Also, we got Isaiah McNeely in at linebacker. He's a freshman, number 15. Got some young talent coming in there. Looks like they've given Lawson Wike, a senior, a break, at least on the defensive side of the ball, Casey.
Second and 9 here for the Eagles.
Nice play over there by Rocky Magestro. They have also switched their quarterback to number 15, a freshman, Joseph Justice. He looks like an atypical quarterback. Number 15. I mean, where's he been hiding? Number 15, Joseph Justice, freshman, 6'1", 190.
Wow.
Have him listed here as a middle linebacker, but they got him.
They've got him in the QB position.
QB position. So, you know, East Henderson switching some things around, see if they can get a spark here. And
well, Keith, you see their score, and I think they're just saying, hey, let's try out some new things. It's not going to hurt us to try different
Justice,
things
the
out.
freshman, and maybe he'll be what the future holds for East. And
a long pass,
nice pass.
And that's an interception by Brett Richmond.
Bringing it up to the 50, the 45, the 40, the 35, and the 33-yard line. Brett Richmond brings that thing back, and
Richmond
here comes the...
and Buchanan both had their hands on the
ball.
it
was
Max and
Brett had the ball.
So Max made a great play
earlier.
Max is
talking to him right now saying, you know, I had to help you. I was the one that helped you.
You could have let me take that out.
Take
not
that
you,
interception
Brett.
for you. But, you know, Max is such a great kid. He probably would have just said, hey, you just take it.
Exactly. So here we are with Wes.
Max is on our basketball team, a really pretty good little basketball player there, too.
Great basketball player. Great family. The Buchanan families, great family. And you've got Wes in the backfield. Stevens right up the middle, so quick and fast. Makes a shuffle step, and it looks like he's gone, folks. He pushes through, and looks like you're going to get him right on the 1-yard line. So we're going to be inches.
Maybe the 6-inch line.
Inches from a touchdown there for the Mustangs. Great run there by your senior, Dustin Stevens. You know, So it looks like we're going to punch it in here with Stevens, Keith, and
Little senior night icing on the top here. There's Dustin right up the middle. And they were waiting. I think he got in there, though. He powers in. Let's see. The line judge says yes. Touchdown. Give Dustin Stevens 6. Touchdown, Smoky Mountain.
And Keith, as we continue on in the game here, you're going to see Presley kicking, but you might see JV player Zeke the Boot Sink is what we like to call him.
You have
come in here.
nicknamed him that, and he is.
He has a boot on him, folks.
He's really unbelievable kicker. So as Hunter goes out, kind of passing the reins on to Sink, and Sink is a great kicker for us. And Hunter's just perfect tonight. Lincoln Sutton got a low snap there. Freshman Lincoln Sutton on the hold and brought it up. And Mustangs now are leading 63 to nothing.
So now, Keith, you're going to see Lincoln Sutton actually come in here on the kickoff. And so you're going to see some of these guys that are key players on the JV team start to come in tonight for our varsity. And that's the beauty of this varsity team is we have seniors that are handing off these positions to freshmen men, young men who can do their job. And so what we're really excited about here at Mustang Nation is that we are having freshmen and sophomore men step into these positions that seniors are leaving and saying, hey, I can fill this role, and I'm going to be able to do this.
Big kick there by Hunter Presley, going to take by Doucette again. And here he goes up the sidelines. He's been the thing going for him here on the kickoff, folks. Doucette has got a lot of yards and a flag there. I don't know if it's a late hit, block in the back. I don't know what that was.
Might be, I think maybe a block in the back here on the Eagles. So holding here on the on East Henderson, so that'll push them back a little bit. So the Eagles will set up here on the 26-yard line with 5:35 running clock going here. Mustangs will bring out their defense. And, again, on the line, you're seeing some new guys here as we bring in some of the guys on the sideline, some JV players and some guys that haven't been playing much this year. And what a tackle there by sophomore Josh Williams.
Big Josh, he's a great player for the JV team, and then just shed his block there and then made the tackle. Great job, Josh.
Yeah, so Josh is one of the guys you're going to see fill that role of some seniors leaving this year. And another person you're going to see here, which we're really excited about on senior night, you're going to see number 78, Gage Stevens. He's your nose guard right now. He's in right here on the line, so great to see Gage out here pressing through, playing for the Stangs. And a tackle there by Zev Fisher. Great stop and tackle there by Fisher.
Well, you know, you're just talking about Gage. Gage actually blew that up. He got in the backfield and actually made the running back turn right into Fisher. Fisher's holding his arm. Maybe he's got a stinger there after that play. He's holding his arm like, well, maybe not. I thought maybe he did, but
he fooled you. It's April Fool's joke.
April Fool's day after April Fool's joke.
Day after, yeah. So East Henderson will set here on 3rd and 12. Again, new quarterback here in the backfield, trying to change things up here. Oh, and a high snap over his
head.
The
back and picked it up.
What a
play
by
Ryder Huffman. Great job, Ryder.
And Keith, speaking of younger guys, Ryder is only a sophomore. So another great future guy here for the Mustangs. Ryder was so fast to get that ball. Great sprinting there to get on top of it.
I don't know if y'all remember this. I'll probably pour salt in some wounds here, but when the Broncos played the Panthers in the Super Bowl, there was a key play where the ball was hiked at Cam Newton's feet, and he just stood there and looked at it. The Broncos recovered it. So it looked like the East Henderson guys just kind of looking at it, and then Ryder just kind of out-hustled him to the ball and got it.
So, Keith, let's look at what we got here. West is in the backfield by himself, but you actually have –
a little bit of confusion.
Well, you have lined up right now. Max Buchanan is usually a defensive guy. You have him out to your left in the slot. You also have number 19, Sean Christensen, and he is a senior, and so he's lined up. So great to be able to see Brindley to get all these guys in and just change things up a little bit and see what we got here. And you know, Max is another guy. He's only a junior, so we'll see him back next year.
Only a junior, great basketball player. Hopefully he's going to be one of the Mustang baseball players. For all you guys out there that want to try out for the baseball team, it's going to be April the 12th will be the tryouts for the baseball team. Also for the middle school baseball team, it'll be 12th and 13th. I get the privilege of coaching those guys, Casey, so I'm excited about what they're doing. Yeah, we were just a little bit discombobulated there. We got Christensen in, Max Buchanan.
Now you have Davey Mathis also on offense.
Mathis is out there, so this is pretty unbelievable.
Keith, what I'm loving, I would love to see right now is a pass over here to Daniel Melton, our senior Daniel. So let's see what happens here. You've got Buchanan in motion, and it's gonna be a little bit of excitement here with our new guys in. So a false start here on the Mustangs. So we're excited that we're got some new guys in here, and we're wanting something big to happen.
It's still first. They just don't get the reps that the other guys do, and most of the time Max is playing on defense, so he's playing kind of a new position, that slot receiver position.
Mathis in motion, handoff to McNeely, comes around the outside. McNeely's got some quick feet, and he powers through really well.
Hey, that's got about 5 yards there, and he just fought for every one of those. That's a good run from I want to say a true freshman, but he's not really a true freshman because he's just a freshman. You don't get to be a true freshman in high school.
And subbing here for the Mustangs for Cooper Sanders, who's a senior. You have J.J. Young, number 61.
Well, I was just laughing at myself.
I was just trying to just continue on.
Yeah, because I just kind of stuck my foot in my mouth there. You can't.
McNeely, stiff arms.
He's getting to the outside, another stiff arm. Just a tough runner, tough runner.
So, again, we have another guy from the sideline coming in, J.J. Young, number 61. He just subbed in for your senior, Cooper Sanders, here on offense. So basically we have an entirely new offense out here on the field with either some guys that haven't been playing or some JV players. You still got senior Daniel Melton out to your far end of the field. I'm hoping that West would hit Melton for a touchdown. I would love to see Daniel get a touchdown here on senior night. Hand off to McNeely up the middle. Now, right there on this situation, if McNeely kind of just ran straight into the guy in front of him, if he would have kind of looked to his left, there was a gap open that the line had done a great job of creating. So it's okay for the Mustangs. We're 4th and short here.
He's learning. This is good reps for these young guys that they're getting to see.
It's a short. Also, I just said 4th and short because our announcer guy here, Mulligan, said 4th and short, and it's actually 4th and 13.
And we're going to turn that over on downs. But Chris Weaver, nice play there on the jet sweep, and it's going to be turned over. We're going to bring our Mustang defense out. Now we got Lincoln Sutton. We've also got Joe Hill, freshman. Lincoln Sutton, freshman Joe Hill are coming out for the Mustangs. It's the end of the 3rd quarter. We're going into the 4th quarter. We told you to go fast, folks. We got a running clock set for timeout.
Kind of feels like a scrimmage here. With the running clock is what I mean.
Fans, we have some good news. Half-price pizza and chicken sandwiches at concession stands.
For all you at home, we just got news that there's half-price chicken sandwiches and pizza in the concession stand. So
hey, and you know what that means?
Unbelievable. You can
You got
12 minutes to get here.
A running clock.
Get in
of
your
12
clock.
minutes.
Get in your clock. Get in your car, and get over here and buy this pizza for the
You know, Keith,
band gets the money for
I
this.
want to say that tonight has been one of our most colorful commentating sessions of the
we
year.
have a lot. I think I've saw, like, when Brent Merschberger and those guys have called. They say when a game gets kind of out of hand, you got to fill in a lot, and so we're having to talk a lot more
of
than we
stories
normally
tonight,
do. A lot
yeah.
of stories, storylines going on tonight.
So we're going to close out this evening with a 12-minute running clock, fourth quarter here. Mustangs up 63-0 on the Eagles.
It has been all Mustangs. And what we're probably going to do, guys, if you missed the senior night little thing, we might show that right at the end. I'll definitely talk to our producer, Jason Melvin, to see if that's a cool thing to do. I'm not the producer guy, but if we do, we'll show that again so that we can honor those seniors. So they did a great job. What a way to go out here tonight on senior night with a 63-0 game against the Eagles. So freshman Justice is going to be in the backfield, receives the ball, hands off up the middle, and it is nothing going. He's on the outside, and that's Dylan Farmer, sophomore.
And
Dylan Farmer made a great play there and tackled him.
Wesley Murray on the carry. Brought down by Dylan Farmer.
Casey, just a fun thing is these guys, if they really want to compete for a state championship here and going a long time in the playoffs, it starts right after the Franklin game next year, next week. And you and I are in the fitness business. We work CrossFit here across the road, and have a lot of the players. Jed's one of them, and a lot of these players will come over and work out with us. And championships are won in the off season, and so you got to dedicate yourself to the off season and what the hard work and the drills and lifting weights and getting bigger and stronger and faster. And all those people that are my age out there, man, you just wish you had the testosterone that these kids do to get stronger and faster.
Well, just like you said, Keith, it's all in the off season. These kids have the potential to do something really big with this football team, and it's going to be on them. Brindley's going to do his job of leading them during the season, but when it comes to the off season, they've got to prepare themselves individually. They need to step up as young men and say, hey, this is when I need to get into the gym. I need to start lifting and training because I want a state championship, and that comes from a lot of hard work, and I think these Mustangs have it in them. Great tackle there on the play by number 50, Ryder Huffman, joined by Isaiah McNeely.
Yeah, Casey, a lot of people, will say things like, man, I just wish we could compete for a state championship or go deep in the playoffs, but that just comes from heart. So your coach is going to require you to do it's going to require you to do a certain amount, and so 90% of the people will do the 90%. Does this Mustangs team have the guts to say we're going to do the extra 5 or 10%? And I really hope they do. I've just been around these kids, and I think they will. And but a lot of that's been set up by these seniors saying, hey, we can do this. They're just great. The seniors have been great because they want the freshmen and sophomores to do good.
Yeah, they want to leave a legacy with these younger guys and saying, hey, we want to train you up because we want something to happen to say that we were a part of this. Maybe our season was cut short, but we were a part of raising up a lot of young guys to lead this team to a state championship. So when we come back out here, exciting thing here, Lincoln Sutton is going to be back to receive here for the Mustangs, freshman Lincoln Sutton. And again, this is one of the guys that you want to keep your eyes on. He is – so it looks like they might be going for it here.
No, they're going to punt. We don't have anybody deep.
We don't have anybody deep.
Decided they're not going to do that. But, we've said all season long, hey, come watch this JV team. Come watch this JV team. And players like Jed West and Isaiah McNeely and Lincoln Sutton and Damari Williams have been those players. We've always said they're just really exciting to watch, and they throw the ball around. Some of the things you saw tonight are some of the things on this JV team. So next Thursday night, you want to get here early, and let's pack out the stands for this JV team. Battle of Cowee.
It'll be our last broadcast of the football season.
Last broadcast of the football season. We'd really love to see you guys pack the stands for this JV team for the last game of the season.
West in the backfield, McNeely to his left. Buchanan in motion, handoff to McNeely. And about a no gain there for the Mustangs. Keith, I'm still hoping for a pass.
I don't know if
to
you're going to
Mountain,
get it.
but I don't think I'm
I
going
don't
to
know
get
if you're
it.
going to get
I
it.
think we're going to be
This is a
running this
mutual
ball.
respect thing. I think Brindley is such a great guy. He's just kind of saying, hey, we're going to call off the dogs here and get McNeely some runs. Maybe Max will get the ball. Maybe I mean, I know what you're thinking. What I'm thinking is I'd love to see Big Daniel Melton get a touchdown or get the touch a little bit. And 78 here is Gage Stevens getting in there.
He subbed in for number 53, Clayton Dillard.
Yeah. Gage is a senior. A lot of games, a lot of hot August nights playing football here with Smoky Mountain.
And that's Chris Weaver there on the carry for the Mustangs.
Tackled by a host of Eagles. Third down, Smoky Mountain.
I also want to give a shout out to everybody in the press box. They hear us calling the game, and
They
then
make this game fun.
They talk in our ear.
Yes.
And so, since we made the 4th and short comment, go Max, and Max Buchanan, right back to the line of scrimmage there.
Max Buchanan on the carry. Brought down by a host of Eagles. Fourth down, Smoky Mountain.
Yeah, Keith, it's been so fun to be in this press box with the people here. We have had a really good time this year, and just being by these guys and gals and enjoying talking about the game with them. And I'm glad to have my womanly support up here, Pam Schuler, assistant athletic director for your Mustangs. This woman knows her some football. We talked about it, and I like having her up here.
It's been good, and we're really hoping that we can bring the Smoky Mountain Sports Network to you next season. So if you like what you're hearing, maybe you can email the powers that be, and we'll get back.
Even if you don't like it,
even if
will you help us out because we like it?
Yeah, we like doing it. Chris Weaver up the middle, gain of about 3 or 4.
And I heard that loud pop up
I
here.
heard
That was
real
loud.
loud pop there.
And Pam just reminded us that Chris actually has a lower back injury, so I'm sure when he gets hit, that's not enjoyable for him.
But you know what? He's just doing it. He's out there playing and just getting back up after big hits.
So it'll be a turnover on downs here. East Henderson will come out with about 6 and less to go with the running clock and see if they can pull out maybe a touchdown here.
Well, you know, if I was the Mustangs, that would be something I did not want to give up.
Definitely not.
So it looks like we're going to take a little timeout here. East Henderson. We'll also take a timeout, give you a break from us. Keith West, Casey Melvin, the Smoky Mountain Sports Network. It is 63-0, all Mustangs. Back live here. It's going to be 1st and 10 for the Eagles. High snap. Justice makes a good play. And Isaiah McNeely brings him down for a loss.
He tried to stiff arm at McNeely, and
it looked like
McNeely said, "Don't
maybe,
even play that."
It might have been unnecessary road. That's like maybe a face mask. I don't know.
Not really sure.
Got an important Mountain 6 score update for you here. In the 3rd quarter, it is Hendersonville 14 and Bavard 12. So that, yeah, Casey says, I don't get it. But
The scores.
I think you hit the nail on the head that we are the defending conference champions, and
Yeah.
people just came in and you know, when you're the best, you get everybody's best. And all those games, like we said, if you'd have watched them like we have watched every game with these guys playing, it just a couple plays or a couple penalties would have went our way, and we'd have been 5-0. So it's actually facing us against the offense.
East, yeah.
Okay. We've also got another third quarter score. It is Pisgah 21 and Franklin 11.
Yeah, Keith, just like you said, it's been a season of everybody knows who we are. They're playing their best, and so Mustangs did answer back this tonight and said, we want to show you who we are.
Bring out the middle.
And what
nice
a tackle
hit
there by Max Buchanan.
Yeah, great tackle.
And the cheerleaders are throwing out footballs like it is candy right now, folks.
Free footballs and half-price pizza.
What more can you ask
Any
for?
more than you ask for here at Carhooper Stadium, folks.
Well, these
Free
girls,
football.
these seniors.
Some of them are throwing them all the way
they
to the
are
top.
that
That
all the way to
one,
the
she
top.
threw it all the way to the top there.
I'm going to ask them to
Maybe
try
we'll
for the
sign her
softball
up.
team.
Yeah, try for the
Now,
softball
I
team.
know one of these cheerleaders is a softball player, so
And speaking of softball, Casey, our softball team is undefeated, first in the conference.
well, when you got a girl like Kennedy Stewman on your team,
Yeah.
you're going to be pretty well.
She's got
good.
like 4 home runs this year.
It's ridiculous,
And,
ridiculous softball player.
She is.
Oh, and what a hit by
hit.
Lincoln Sutton!
Lincoln Sutton, freshman Lincoln Sutton. Big hit.
That was a
And
hit.
he recovered the fumble. Big
Great
hit
job,
by
and
Lincoln.
that's why we told you keep an eye on this guy. I don't know if you saw it, but his dad, he's not a lot of gives a lot of emotions, but he stood up here on the railing and gave the like the hands in the air.
Tommy gave
Tommy
it.
did,
Yeah, he did. All right, good job.
So great play there by Lincoln. 3 minutes running clock here. Substitution, J.J. Young in.
Here's another freshman, Joe Hill. He's an important player on the JV team. Had a great game last night. He's out there.
And shout out to our band giving us the bump, 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 bump.
Go,
Jason,
go,
what would
go
that be?
Mustang.
What would this be called? My husband was a band member. He'll know what this would be called. He can't tell me here, folks.
I think it's called Pomp and Circumstance. False start on the Mustangs. I kind of stymied Casey. She didn't know what to say.
Well, I stopped because I thought we were on defense, and then I saw your son running off the field, and I thought, what happened? And he had his hands up like, what's going on? So I think there was some confusion there on the play for the Mustangs.
It was a false start on the Mustangs.
2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter. 1st and 15 for the Mustangs. Handoff to McNeely up the middle.
Big, huge run by McNeely.
Your
One of my
wife's gonna-
favorite
your wife's
things.
gonna like that.
One of my favorite things to say is a heavy dose of McNeely,
Yep.
and that was a heavy dose of McNeely up the middle. Hey, you know what? You know he's a true freshman. What word am I saying? He's a freshman, and he runs like a sophomore or a senior. So
Yeah, he
he can
does.
only get bigger, stronger, and faster as he
Yeah, he's
as he
gonna
grows.
be one of those guys you want in the weight room this year in the off season because he can play. Handoff again to McNeely up the middle. I said McNeely up the millie. Man, Keith, again, I'm just so excited to see what the future holds for this Mustang group. And again, as we're about to close out this game, don't forget we have one more varsity game this year, Battle of Cowee at Franklin. We won't be with you, but we'll be there watching, hoping to see Chris Wilburn back in the game as a senior. But, man, what a night from Jed West and Darian Bird. I mean, what a night. And again,
and
running
even-
there by Dustin Stevens.
Yeah, and Dustin Stevens. I bet he probably had over 100
And
yards
Lawson
still.
Wike.
And Lawson Wike. All the seniors played really well. Rocky played really well.
Great defense by Rocky.
You know, and we can't take away from any of the guys that are Cooper Sanders and Gage Stevens and
Yeah.
all those guys.
And
just
Keith,
played
as you
really,
see
really
us
well.
right there, you hear the people in the press box say, that's what we should have done right there. Brindley called West to kneel the ball here with 30 seconds left because that's the respectable thing to do. So congrats to the Mustangs on a fantastic game. If I'm another team and I'm looking at this score tonight, I'm not looking and saying East Henderson's terrible. I'm saying, hey, there's the conference champions from last year. They're back tonight.
Totally played good tonight. Congratulations to these seniors. We really wish the best for Chris Wilburn. He'll get back hopefully for the Battle of Cowee next week, and we're excited to watch Chris. Hey, we're going to take a little short break. Do we want to do the senior thing again, or we just want to let it roll at halftime? What do you think?
Jason, are you giving us the go for the senior thing as we close out the night? Yeah, so Jason's going to give us to close out the night on these seniors.
What we'll do is we'll close out that. You won't hear back from us, guys. This is Keith West and Casey Melvin signing off here on the Smoky Mountain Sports Network. Shout out to all our friends in Utah and Oregon and Texas that are out there watching, supporting Tennessee that are supporting Mustang football. Love for you to come and watch this thing live, and especially next year as these guys get older and bigger, stronger. Mustang 63, Eagles 0. Thank you again to our seniors, and great job, Mustangs.
Go Stangs.
One important thing that we want to make sure we emphasize today is the proper honoring of the Smoky Mountain seniors. And these are the young men who have contributed so much to the tradition here at Smoky of paying the price, doing the right thing. These are qualities which are often not even realized by all of us who watch the team as the years go by, and how important the contribution is of each one of these players. And I'm reminded as we talk about them how during World War II, for example, when London was getting bombed, the Royal Air Force of Great Britain courageously stood their ground and prevailed, as Winston Churchill even noted in his comments about how this was their finest hour. And the families of these seniors will always look back on the hot August days, the two-a-days, the long bus rides, the victories, the defeats, the friendships that they've made, the sacrifices that taught them so much. And this has been, for the Smoky Mountain seniors, their finest hour. Thank you, seniors.